guess he's back again with Doki Doki Literature Club. It's me, your girl Nightmares, Liz. And so, basically last time when we left off, I am forced to join the Literature Club. And I'm most likely gonna go for Natsuki or Yuri at this point. But yeah. I'm probably gonna go with Natsuki first for this round. But we'll see what happens. I could be totally wrong. Anyway. Okay, cool, thanks dude. So yeah, perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I just need to make most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. No, dude, I don't think so. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh my god, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, pick words to think of your favorite club. You think your favorite club member would like. Something good might happen with whoever likes the poem the most. Can I just do a quick save? We're doing a quick save. Because if I'm not getting Natsuki, we're gonna have issues here, guys. Hop. Bubbles. Bunny. Puppy Charmer Rainbows. Let's go with puppies. Death. No. Sweet. But lollipops. Hehe. Sorry. Anyway, this is pretty, not cute. I'm sorry, I'm putting anime. Yes! Ocean? Dang it. Kitty! Doki Doki would have been. I should have done Doki Doki. Dang it. Can I go back? Marshmallow. Cute. How many? I have to pick 20 words? None of these words make sense, by the way. Anxiety. That's what I got right now. Cute things. Perfect. Kawaii. Boop. Wise kiss. Milk. Come on. Last one. Let's do this one because I haven't, I'm so excited how this thing will turn out. Anyway, hi again, Hazel. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Really? I wanted to run away, but nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Hazel. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. I'll come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. And I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and Manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki flops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Hazel will always give his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. My cooking, cleaning my classroom. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Eh? How come? You and Aisel can't become good friends too? Help. Stop. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri, you even brought something today, you know? Oh, wait, Sayori. Wait, Sayori. I don't know. I'm just gonna say Sayori. Okay. Eh? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's nothing. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori makes it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. That's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wouldn't expect anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book and I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it'll keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked up a book she thinks I'd like. I'll like, despite not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I said enthusiastically, taking the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But it doesn't seem to be the case. Oh well. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I feel ignored. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for this chance. Excuse me. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. Ugh! I can hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed with something. I approach her in case she needs the hand. You looking for something in there? Frickin' Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point of keeping our collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga's the one of those things where you can't put down and you can't admit you're really into until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga, slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can go do it with the glass on the door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was in your tone of voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Hazel. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Do not judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hand. Sorry. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking animated feminine poses. I still feel my nose. It's exceedingly moe. Don't just stand there. Ugh! Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. Then she takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why's that? I guess it'd be easier to sit closer together like this. Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arm and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting so close to her either. Not that I can't say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again edges closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I wouldn't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing really happened yet, so I can't talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kinda grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be plot? Is plot in his sense boobs as well? Anyway. Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean... Well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of beginnings is about simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter... Oh, hold on. 1 second. Sorry. Anyway, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with the guy at the ice cream shop, but that just helps to get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama, like when they all get into their backstories, and when some of romance starts to happen. That's when it makes it so good. There's so many touching parts. Ah, is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait! What is that supposed to mean? Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't seen anyone at your full power? Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well... Natsuki pauses for a moment as she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time that I got this manga. Like I would ever get into anything just because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that's impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence, my homegirl. Poor sweetie. It's gonna be okay. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Again, this poor child, she's too cute. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up a manga from, excuse me, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Oh, cute! Look, it's a CG. I think. It should be. ... We read for a few more minutes. I've finished a couple of chapters at this point. ... Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read. This is literally me, in a nutshell. Like, I would always watch friends play a video game, or read something, or watch them watch an anime, or I'll end up watching them as well. It's pretty funny. Especially if it's something that I'm very, I'll enjoy. Anyway, well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I'm convinced any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Excuse me. Whew. Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. I'm sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, "Eh, you haven't grown out of that yet?" Makes me want to punch them in the face. Ugh, I know this kind of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who won't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger in one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking to you about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing my ears itchy. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when you're connected with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience. The thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, crack. I thought we didn't have to do it. Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Eh? I wish it wasn't like 3:30 in the morning. 4? It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, Natsuki suddenly noticed how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I closed the book and handed it towards her, or Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Eh? Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you don't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? Dang. And it makes me feel like someone I know. who is always showing me manga, but I do read it very slowly. I'm like Grand Blue and My Hero Academia. I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return it to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Girl, I did. Okay, calm your tits. Calm your face. Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I never really have done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. This girl wrote it last minute, I swear to God. Sorry. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same for myself. Oh boy. Who should I show my poem first? I'm gonna show Natsuki first. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair I share mine with her first. Duh. Dot. I'm gonna save. Because I am probably that stupid. Anyway. Okay, let's start with the things that I don't like. What? First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Eh? What? Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. Ugh. In fact, I remember how I said I wanted to read one of your poems. That's what I had in mind when writing this. I wanted to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. Well, it would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well that's not great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're telling me you liked it? Natsuki retorts, gets caught in her throat. You just don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that I don't have to go announcing to the world like you're all self-important. I'm pretty sure you've never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she likes my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica make me if I don't. Oh, this is cute. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can see. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks my writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of a poem for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like this poem. Everyone around you can do great things and be really disheartened. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but it made it fall flat on purpose. She's so cute. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. And so you did. I want to see Sayori's. Anyways, I guess you went into it. You went into it more. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. You didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old anyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Girl, I know so many people who would shut her down. Sayori's next, please. I want to read how weird her poem is. This is a good poem, Hazel. And are you sure this is your first time? Of course. Is it not that good? Well, am I that kind of guy who wanted to be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you would write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the classroom, in the clubroom. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but it doesn't mean I'll break it, my promise. See? It's like I said before, Hazel. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motivation here. Then again, I can't deny that she was part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all, yeah, I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Oh. I read the last sentence. I'm sorry. Anyway, dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, make me rub the sleepy from my eyes. So, are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. but I'm not that mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until the morning to write this? No, just a little bit. I can't answer you can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes you feel better about yourself, or myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. I made eggs and toast. So random. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast, and you're late anyway, so might as well eat. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyways, thanks for showing me. This is so much fun. Was so much fun. Monika's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Can I pick an option that I don't want to do all the girls? Okay, I guess we'll do yours. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough for her to finish reading. Oh! So sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess it might be reading through it. So it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm sorry. Yuri burst her face into her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it has been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. I've been through that myself. I kind of learned to pick on them. I think most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that trying to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they try to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. And the end result is that both style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and sounds like an expert. Of course, that's something you can't be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not that I'm finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and by learning by example and trying new things. I hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself or me or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Oh, please do. I love to share my thoughts process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamingly as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which in itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Oh. Ghost Under the Light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Sorry, I can't recursive. I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting. Girl, you have cursive writing. Stop it. What? I wasn't thinking of that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Girl, I bet you write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Hazel. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experience in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poems only being... Oh, sorry. I touched the screen. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Why do I do this to myself? Lingering to her past, remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. Haikino. I guess I have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. One more poem. Just one more. Hey, Hazel. Good. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, you want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Hazel. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it, Hazel. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. By chance, have you read anything by Cheryl Silverstein? Maybe a long time ago. Sure. Cheryl? Anyway, he's famous for telling all kinds of stories in a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, and even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would only apply to anybody. I see. I'm so dumb. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. Oh, she's the matchmaker one in this freaking game. Anyway, so don't force yourself to write the way anyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ha ha ha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Excuse me. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Oh wow. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction that spackle protrudes, a nosy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel. Blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, the kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. Was that the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you can say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's tip writing of the day. Sometimes when you write a poem or a story, your brain is too fixated on a specific point. If you try too hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to let something write down on paper and tidy it later. Another way to think of about it is this. If you kept your pen on the same spot for too long, you're just gonna get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems could stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They generally exchange sheets and sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrowed in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. They're complete opposites. What's this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you can say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Azel did too. So based on that, I'm glad to give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change anytime soon, unless of course I've come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Azel liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. And that's it. Oh, she's throwing shade. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Huh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not it. You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Azel appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know that he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would have deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one who's... No, I skipped it. Come back. I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Azel started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting guys. Suddenly, both girls turn towards me, and as if they just noticed I was standing there. Azel. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force into them not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Hazel. Oh, I'm gonna have to make a decision here, don't I? Well, save. Hope. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's only a way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary, limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Hazel? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? I don't know, dude. This is how girls are when they like you. I'm sorry. Hi, kid. It's not like I know anything about writing. And whoever I'm agreeing with probably would think more highly of me. Oh, bye-bye. Sorry, Yuri. I'm going with Hazel. I mean, Natsuki at this point. You're really talented. Oh well. But Natsuki has a point. I think that I racked my brain in an attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feelings with few words can be just as impressive as well. It lets the reader's imagination take over. And Natsuki's poem did a really good job at that. Yeah! It did, didn't it? Haha. Shows how much you know. But that's not Natsuki. I think that's enough. Huh? Me? But was so mean to me. Natsuki's voice warns. Look, what we've talked about yesterday was right. Writing is really a personal thing. And sharing it can be definitely be hard. It looks like we learned that today. Even small criticisms can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Sayori is nodding vigorously. Yeah, so you don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Natsuki voice gets caught and surprised. Thanks for noticing. She finally mutters that barely audible. Yuri looks at me dejectedly, with a face that I can't help but feel bad for as well. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything she said, so you don't need to feel threatened either. Well, if you say so. Hey, it's not like you need to apologize for me, Hazel. Sheesh. Natsuki takes a breath. The thing about... Natsuki glances around the room. Would everyone stop staring at me? Unsurprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it than she boasted. Sayori and Monica look away. Anyway, the thing about your boobs I didn't mean to say, okay? That's all. Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with everyone. Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri. Sayori? I'll go make some tea. Eh? I was just trying to help. I'm sure she'd appreciate it, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. Well, now, we're past that. Everyone read each other's poem, right? I hope that it was worth your while for everyone. Especially you, Hazel. And to be honest, it was a nice change of pace up from lazing around we got a little too used to. So joining the club was responsible for ruining the atmosphere. Yeah, pretty much. No, not at all. Not at all. There's still some time before we go home. So, we'll all relax for a bit. of course, besides chatting, we do literature related things in the club room. So maybe you can take the chance to pick a book or do some writing. After all, that's what the club is for. I disagree, Monica. About what? That's not the most important thing about the literature club. The most important thing is having fun. Of course. Well, I guess that's why you're vice president, Sayori. In the end, though, Monica's right. Being in the literature club probably means I can't spend all my time doing nothing. But in the end, I guess it's been worth it so far. Okay, everyone. Actually, it's about time for me to leave too. I'm gonna save here, guys. And that's how this episode went. Oh, the poems. It's like I'm a mixture between Natsuki and Sayori's poem writing. That's how bad my writing is. I should actually probably go sleep now. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, remember to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and maybe leave a comment down below. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and remember, Paalam and laro. Game on, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.